My name is Jerre Hertel and I represent the Lavender Farm here in Lincoln, California. And today I'm giving a talk on cooking with lavender. One of the things about lavender that people don't really realize is it's a herb that we use for cooking that goes sweet and savory. It's got a very nice floral tone to it. When you use it for sweet, we use it in cookies, scones, muffins, creme brulee, all wonderful things like that. It also goes savory when we mix it with other herbs, such as thyme and basil. And we use that for dry rubs on meat, grilling vegetables, chicken, things of that nature. So we love to cook with lavender. The neat thing about lavender is that it's a wonderful plant that we all know, beautiful fields of Provence, growing wild. And at our farm here in Lincoln, which is about 35 miles northwest of here, we have 8 acres planted in lavender. We have almost 200 varieties of lavender on the farm. We're open in April, May, June for tours and U-pick. We just closed for the season, which is kind of nice. Gives me a chance to breathe and come out here and talk to you a little bit about cooking with lavender. We also do culinary classes up at the farm where we'll barbecue. We'll sit up in the fields of lavender. We'll barbecue some nice, wonderful things. We'll make some lavender lemonade and iced tea, and we'll finish off with lavender, vanilla, pepper ice cream. Really, really, really good. So if you ever happen to see lavender on a menu, normally you'll see it as like a lavender creme brulee or lavender scones. Give it a try. It's an acquired taste. It's not something that's for everybody, but it really does taste great. What I wanted to talk about a little bit is this is what you know of as lavender. Kind of see it in one of our fresh bunches now. Don't go out to your garden and pick the lavender and start cooking with it, because it's got an awful lot of camphor. That's the smell that you know of lavender, and the medicinal purposes is a camphor fragrance. That will taste like Vicks Vapor Rub if you make something with some of those lavenders you have out in your garden. So we highly recommend you buy certain varieties. If you like to grow like an herb garden of your own, we have about 4 of those 200 varieties that we have that we use for cooking. One of them is called Munstead, another one's called Old English. They're varieties that are sweeter in flavor and don't have as much camphor, so it still gives you the flavor and the fragrance, the floral tones, but it won't give you the camphor, which is that medicinal flavor that we all know from our essential oils. So this one is not one that I would necessarily use for cooking. The cooking varieties are a little bit more deeper in color, and we do sell those when we're here at the markets, and we do have packaged dry herbs as well. One thing that we do at the farm is we distill our own essential oil. This is our essential oil, which is, you can use this for cooking as well, but you have to be very, very careful. So if you were making an ice cream or a recipe for lavender lemonade, you would basically dip a toothpick into this and swirl it around. That's how very strong it is. But what we recommend is using the herbs. The herbs come in little packages like this, fresh baked, but this one happens to be Herbes de Provence, which is a blend of the different herbs that we grow on the farm. There's no salt, there's no sugars, there's no peppers or anything like that. This is just herbs. This is the savory part. Come on by the booth and give it a smell. It's absolutely, absolutely wonderful. We also infuse a lot of products. Infusing means that we put them in with an abundant amount of the lavenders, so it absorbs some of the fragrances. This one happens to be lavender sugar. So if you're going to make a creme brulee, you would sprinkle this on top, and this is what you'd fire off, you'd caramelize. But it's also great in teas. It's also great in iced tea and lemonade and hot teas as well. Other things that we infuse is we do a scone mix. So we have just a regular everyday scone mix. This is enough to make 6 scones. Top that with some of our lavender honey. I'll get to that in a moment. But lavender scone mix is probably the first place that people try to experiment with cooking with lavender. It gives you a really, really nice flavor. Again, top it with a little bit of jam, or you can do some lavender infused strawberry jam. Is really nice this time of the year. This is our lemonade mix as well, so infused with lemonade. We also have what we have are the tea bags. These are heat-sealed tea bags, just like you would normally have for your teas. but it's just the lavender buds themselves give you a very nice fragrance. What we suggest is you make your sun tea, use your regular recipe for sun tea, and just throw one of these bags in there, and it'll give it a very, very unique fragrance. Nice floral note. People wonder what you added to your lemonade. You don't have to tell them, just tell them something pretty neat. Probably one of our best-selling things is a lavender brownie mix. So you can imagine, if you come over and give it a fragrance and smell, get an idea what it tastes like, and you put it in a little brownie mix, people are going to really wonder what you're cooking with. Talk a little bit about the honey. Up on the farm we have 9 hives, and lavender honey is a very, very special, very unique honey. You don't see it very often because it takes an awful lot of acreage to keep the bees active and sticking close to the hives. That's the one thing about bees, they can tend to go wherever they like to go. But the lavender honey is very unique in the sense that it's traded the world over as one of the unique flavors of honey that we have. I have I passed out the last one today, but I'll have some more next week about cooking with lavender. We have about 25 or 35 recipes that are tried and tested that includes all the different ideas from lemonades to sugars, of course, that we talked about. A wonderful scone recipe and some other wonderful things. Just think of when you think of lavender, you can use it like an Italian herb. So if you had a recipe for Italian herbs in a spaghetti sauce, you would take our herbs de Provence and use about 2/3 the amount less than what it calls for, only because lavender can be very strong. You just want to have a little bit of a note and flavor to it. So when you see a recipe and you want to substitute lavender in it, give it a try. It's a great way to try something different. Get your friends talking about what it is that you've done, and wonderful, just a great herb to play with. So it's one of the many things we do up at the farm. We have these for sale today, of course, and I'll have some more. Come back next week. I'll have plenty of packets about how to cook with lavender as well. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. The question was, can you make lavender tea? Absolutely. You can use this and steep just the tea, but it's going to have a very light flavor. It's not going to be very strong and pungent. It's best to mix the lavender with your tea. You'll get a little more of a tea flavor that way.
Okay. And where's your booth?
Our booth is right underneath the big gigantic redwood tree there.
Oh.
Kind of purple.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, thanks.
Well, fantastic. Again, my name is Jerry. I'm from the Lavender Farm in Lincoln. Come on by. I've got business cards. We'll have some recipes for you next week, and love for you to cook with lavender. So call the band back up. Thank you.